Hey guys, and welcome back to the World War II Solitaire board game channel and the second episode of Patton's Best. So if you watched the last episode, you know that things did not end up very well for our crew. We lost our first tank, our M4 Sherman tank, named Hell's Angels, and the commander, which is me, got wounded for 1 week. Vince C, the gunner, got a light wound, and Abbott, the driver, also got a light wound. And Abbott and the commander is gone for 1 week of time, basically at the hospital recuperating. So there's a few things we have to do now actually. The first thing that we have to do is we have to roll for a new tank. So I'm gonna show you up on the screen now the tank replacement table. Interesting enough, today is in our combat calendar because this day was the 7th of it was the 27th of July. So today is going to be the 28th of July 1944. But if you look at the tank replacement table, there is the month, it doesn't exist, the 7th, so basically July 44. The earliest date is actually August 44. And I think perhaps the designer didn't think that you would get killed during one of your first, I think there's 4 days of July. It's actually 5 days of July in the combat calendar. So perhaps he thought that you wouldn't have enough time to die, but you certainly do. So we're just going to go ahead and use the very first month available, which is August 1944. And we roll 2d10. As you can see here, if you have a crew with a combined rating of 35 or more, you may instead choose which tank model that you receive. Anyway, let's roll and see what happens. I kind of want to get a later model, so I would be happy if I rolled 46 or higher. And we rolled 42. Okay, so with a roll of 42, we do receive the M4A1. And that is basically the same tank. I think the only real difference is that it has armor class 2. So what we do now is we find the appropriate tank card. And also we need to have the counter. So the M4A1, let's see here, M4A1 with turret. We rolled a 42, so the turret needs to be a B turret. Alright, so here we have the M4A1 with the turret A. Here we have the M4A1 with the turret B. So this is the tank. We get tank number 5, and that's actually pretty cool because then we have a loader hatch. The M4 we have here does not have a loader hatch, so that's pretty cool because that helps the loader out a little bit, makes him easier for him to bail out and such. We also have a smoke mortar, so that's pretty cool. And what we do is we just take our tank card and we put it up here, and then we have tank counter number 5. M4A1, which is the slow guy. And you can see here that the previous one was number 1. So the number that you see, let's see if I can hold my hand still. That's number 1, that's tank number 5. We can see it has a 75mm gun. That's the model name. And then you can see this is armor class 1, armor class 2. So we do have a little bit of an armor upgrade on this later module. So at least that's something positive. And I'm gonna grab 2 things here that I put aside. One thing is another open hatch counter, since we now have 1 more hatch. We have 4 hatches instead of 3. And the other one is the fire mortar action counter, which I also put aside because I only take it out when I have an actual tank that has a smoke mortar, so I don't confuse myself and use that action if it's actually not available. So our guy now goes to having 2 action counters to actually having 3. Alright, another cool thing here with the loader now, since the loader has a hatch, he can also fire the submachine gun. So previously only the commander could fire the submachine gun. That's Thompson submachine gun. But now the loader can also do that. So that's pretty cool because the loader, as you know, cannot fire the AAMG except I think on tank 14 and perhaps 16 because it has to be a split loader hatch. We can also see that there's a difference of the spotting restrictions. On our first tank, the loader could only spot any one sector, but now since we actually have a loader hatch, if we open that hatch, the loader can spot just as well as the commander all sectors. That is a very powerful change or upgrade. So we'll put this aside now. And we're gonna go ahead now and go to our combat calendar and our after action report. And we're actually gonna place some counters here on our new beautiful tank. This is the first time I have the tank number 5, and it's actually, I mean, the differences are quite small, but it's still big enough to actually be, make it quite interesting to try out these new tanks. Alright, so we note here on our after action report, the tank now we have is M4A1. Tank model M4A1. And that's also with a B turret. And if you have an A turret or a B turret, it makes some small differences. Like, for example, the loader can only throw smoke grenades if there's a turret. The loader can only fire the SMG if there's a B turret. He cannot fire SMGs from A turrets. And again, about these small exceptions, if you're not a die-hard, player, don't care if you make small mistakes. But if you are like me, that really want to make sure that you play the game by the rules as well as you can, my recommendation is just to, once you have learned the game, go back and read the rules again, because then they will make a lot more sense and you'll see these exceptions much easier, and you can do like I did, put them on a post-it note. Okay, anyway, so we have a new tank name now because we have my little cheat note here, and unfortunately Hell's Angels has been knocked out, so the new tank name is Vegas. Take a look at our combat calendar here, and we can see here that our first day of combat has been completed. That was on the 27th of July. Cobra Breakout and Advance. Now we're back at it. We can also see in the calendar, I have marked here when the driver and commander will be back. They will be back on the 4th of August. So the next day is a historical note, Coutances. I guess that's an area in France. There is a breakout scenario. That means we're meeting German prepared defense positions. Medium resistance, and 4 means that we roll a d10 and combat will occur on 4 or lower. And we roll a 1, so we will have combat today. So I just go ahead and make a mark there to see that we will have combat. We note it on our after action report here. 728 944. Situation is breakout. And medium. And weather, we don't know the weather yet, but we're gonna go ahead now and see for our new crew. Okay, so we have some crew who are away on vacation at the hospital. So we have, luckily we do have two reserves. So we have Mutin, so he's gonna be covering for me while I'm at the hospital. And for our loader, we have J. Irish Harkin. So we're going to go ahead and roll 2d10 now. And we have 8 and 3, so that's not great results, but that will turn into a 4 and a 2 in crew rating. So the commander is going to get the best one because he has the most important rule. And then we have from before, we have the gunner, who is Vince C, who has a rating of 4. And we have Abbott, the driver. I think actually it was the driver who got hurt. So J. Iris Harkin should be the driver instead, with 2. So driver J. Irish Harkin. 2. And our loader, W. Pearson, with an increase of rating, so he had a 4 at the end of combat. And then we have our assistant driver, William N, who has a rating also 4, also increased his rating actually during combat. Okay. So we put aside our combat calendar. We might as well leave the after action report here until we're done with our morning briefing. So I just want to say that if you haven't already, please watch the first video, because in the first video I go into greater detail about the different charts and setup and so on. So I'm not going to do that now in the coming episodes. I'll just play the game basically, and you get to join me. But if you're looking at this to learn how to play the game, watch the first video first. Okay, so we're still gonna go through the sequence of play. I do that when I'm playing also to not miss something. So we recorded the date and scenario code. We have recorded the model of Sherman. We have recorded our tank's name and our tank's crew rating. We consult the weather table and record the weather. Okay, so we're in July, August, 1 to 69. It will be clear. We roll 17. You cannot see the 1 here, but now you can. 17, so that's going to be clear weather. And over here, you simply don't put any marker at all. Load ammo. Okay, we have a total of main gun rounds 91. So we're gonna put, we have 4 of those HBI smoke rounds. We are gonna roll 1d10 because we get 1d10 each day, and we roll a 4. So we can save those from before. So we now have totally 8 of them. Let's see, we're gonna bring 70 HE rounds, and then we have totally left, should be 13, I guess, 13 AP. Yes, that should be it. Math is always difficult when you're having spectators. Alright, load ready rack. So as always, I like to have used AP in my ready rack. There we go. Determine the amount of daylight available this day from the sunrise sunset chart. So again, in July we have an August sunrise at 5, sunset at 7:15 p.m. So there's not going to be any change to the weather, or sorry, the daylight. However, we have to roll determine time and ammo already expended from the time elapsed table. And from the time elapsed table, it is pretty simple. You take 1d10 and split it in half and run it down plus 1 hour. So we roll 4. Split in half, that's 2 hours plus 1 hour. So we have 3 hours spent. All right, and then we have from the same roll ammo expended for 1. So we don't round down or split it, but for 1 it's 2 HE rounds, and and one 30 cal box checked off. However, before we do that, we should see how much we have to load, because we should look at the ammo table, because usually we have to bring extra ammo. So we roll 1d10 on the extra ammo table, and we roll a 7. So a 7 means that we have to bring 30 extra HE rounds and total of 10 extra 30 cal boxes. So for our let's see, I can calculate it already. So 10, and then we have rolled a 4, so that's gonna be spent, let's see here, that's gonna be 4 boxes spent. So we have 6 out of that 10 extra, and HE rounds we have to bring 30 extra, minus 4 times 2, that's 8, so that's 22 HE rounds. Okay, so that's it for the ammo. Determine your tanks deployment from the deployment table. So we roll on the deployment table a d10. We roll 6. Okay, we should roll both. We roll 46. We are stopped. I'm happy as long as we aren't the lead tank. Okay. Mark any open hatches, and we're gonna have all of our hatches open. I know it's a little bit daring because that's how you get killed during collateral damage. Mark any open hatches, mark the round in the main gun. We're gonna mark the main gun with an HE load. Face the tank and turret, and I always face them that way. Position loader and commander spot markers on the battleboard, and again you only do that if you have your hatches closed, so I'll let them stay here. Place use control markers, I always leave them because they're always there. Mark the weather on the battleboard, it's clear, so we don't mark it. Okay, determine start area, mark the start area and place task force marker there. Start area is 5, that's my favorite starting area. Down here, and then we roll for our exit area on the exit area table. Starting area is 5 and we roll 5, so exit area is gonna be area number 2. And I think that was wasn't it the same in the first our very first mission? I think it was exactly the same actually. Operations. Okay, so now we get to check one. We put out our task force marker and we get to check one area. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the resistance table now, and we're just gonna look at the resistance table in the beginning because it takes quite a lot of time as I'm editing the video to put in all of these tables. It actually takes hours. So anyway, we look at the resistance table now, and we look and before we do that, we're actually now we can look at it because now we will roll. We choose one area. I will choose the B area, and I will roll to see what resistance is gonna pop up there. So I roll a d10. Oh, I roll another d10. I'm gonna re-roll that. I roll a 5. So we look at the resistance table. Expected resistance for the day is medium. So a roll of 1 to 5 is light, and that's how it differs from a light and heavy scenario. We can see if it was a heavy scenario, we would now have heavy resistance, medium resistance on a roll of 5. If it's a light scenario, we can't even have heavy resistance. We can only have light and medium. So you can see here on the resistance table how it changes depending on expected resistance for the day. We can also see here that when we go to the light resistance area, okay, sorry, the mount was losing its grip. We can see that when we go to fight in the area, combat occurs on the same number as usual, so an 8 or higher for light resistance. It doesn't change depending on expected resistance for the day. Only the resistance markers popping up on the map actually changes. We can also see on activation table that No, that doesn't change either. Sorry, my mistake. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna get going now. We have the operations, so we're gonna go ahead and call in artillery for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark up 15 minutes here on our after action report, and we roll a d10. And before we do that, let's see here, mutin. Yes, Abbott. Abbott was replaced by J. Irish Harkin, and I was replaced by Mutin. Okay, so we got everyone set up as we should. Roll a d10 now for the artillery. We need to roll a 1 to 7 to get arty. And we roll an 8, so that's a fail request. So we try again. I don't go anywhere without my artillery, man. You know what happens when you do. Okay, I roll a 6, but you can't see it. But you have to trust me, I rolled a 6. Maybe I shouldn't use that dice tower, but it's too delicious not to use it. Okay, so we put on artillery strike here. Artillery support. We move with our task force, and there is no direct road. So that means we have to mark off 45 minutes of time. And now I am going to go ahead and use advancing fire as usual, and I have to pay as usual for that. 1d10 split in half, rounded down, HE rounds, 30 cal boxes. So that's free. So that's rather simple. That's 3 ammo boxes and 3 main gun rounds. And this is pretty good also to do in the beginning, because remember, if you have extra main gun rounds in your tank, if you are hit, there is a much higher chance that you're gonna explode. So you want to get rid of those extra rounds. Okay, so we're gonna roll now to see if combat occurs. Combat will occur on a roll of 8 or higher. There's no modifier since it's a B area. And we roll a 1, so there's no combat. We mark up that we have successfully captured our first area. So that's our first VP for the day. And we will check resistance for free. You always check one time resistance for free. So we check for this area. And now then, on a roll of 1 to 5 it's light, 6 to 9 it's medium, 10 or higher it's heavy. And we have a modifier, so we have a +1. We roll a 1 again, so there's going to be light resistance. And just to take a note, the 1 turns into a 2 with the modifier. And we're going to go ahead and mark off 15 minutes, call in for artillery. And actually I'm going to call in for an airstrike now as well, since we have the A modifier. So I'll roll first for the airstrike. I need a 1 to 4. I roll a 4, so I get the airstrike. Sweet. And then I roll again for the artillery. And I roll a 10, so I fail with my artillery strike. So I am going to go ahead and do... I just want to capture one area, so I am going to do another airstrike and artillery. So first we roll for the airstrike. 2! I get another airstrike, can't believe it. And then we roll for artillery. 7. Okay, so we have 2 airstrikes and 1 artillery. That's pretty good. Just to take note with the airstrikes actually cannot happen. You can't call for them if you have rain or overcast or falling snow. So it's not every day that you can enjoy the airborne helping you out. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff there that's going to help us out. The road there is with a prepared road, so we mark off another 15 minutes. It's quite fast to travel to that area. So we roll for combat, and again combat will occur on a roll of 8 or higher, but now we have a modifier because it's an A area, so combat will occur on a 7 or higher. And we roll a 10, so we have combat. That's pretty cool that we got the airstrikes. Then I'm gonna roll for advancing fire, which I believe you should actually do before you roll for combat. And we roll a 4, so I have to remove 2 HE rounds and 2 ammo boxes from my 30 cal. So we now still have 1 extra box of 30 cal, and we still have 17 extra HE rounds. So that's yeah, still a lot of it. Okay. Okay, so it's our first battle round for this day, and it's a light resistance area, so that means we're just gonna have 2 enemy activated units, and we have 2 airstrikes. We have artillery support and we have advanced fire. So don't forget to put those advanced fire markers out. I like to put them like that. And now it's time to roll on the activation table to see what enemies we get. And we have a battle scenario. So it's not a breakout, it's actually a battle, okay? So there is a little bit different units. We're meeting more prepared enemy defenses now. And we roll 83. So the first enemy is a machine gun. And the second enemy, 20. So that's light weapons. So I think these guys are gonna get pretty crushed by my artillery. Light weapons, or the MG, actually, they go over here. And the light weapons go over here. We roll for range and so on for MG. MG will will go to, on a roll of 5, to medium. You see the notes here, area type modifiers, but it's an area A, so none of them are valid right now. So with a roll of 5, he goes to medium range. And terrain, on a roll of 3, let's see, area type A, infantry targets 1 to 4 woods. And then we roll for our light weapons, area A, that's 9 to 10 open. Let's see, infantry targets, a roll 10 for light weapon means moving in the open. So he's moving in the open. I think that's gonna make him easier to hit, actually. And that's it. We've done all of it. I think there's no phasing since they aren't vehicles. Okay, so resolve advancing fire, and there's not gonna be any advancing fire. We'll save them there in case of if there is or actually I don't think they help the ambush, so we have to remove them. There is the random event after in case there's an ambush, but I actually don't think the advanced fire do anything against that. Then we do artillery support. So we start by looking at our friendly action table. We have 1 artillery support marker here. And artillery, let's see if we have any modifiers. The MG team is in the woods. We have artillery versus MG, target in woods, so that's a -3. So to hit, we look at the friendly action table, MG, 1 to 30 is to kill, and with the modifier 1 to 33. And we roll 14, so the MG team is killed. And remember, you get VP for this. You don't get VP for enemies retreating due to advanced fire, but you get VP for artillery and airstrikes. So we have knocked out an MG team, that's 1 VP. And then we have the light weapons. It's going to be a 1 to 30 to kill him. And we roll 70, so the artillery support is ineffective. We roll for the first airstrike, and it's the same here. We have 1 to 30 to kill. We roll 56, so the first airstrike is not effective. And second roll, we roll 47. So again, the airstrike is not effective. And then we roll to see if there's an ambush. On a roll of 1 to 8, 1 to 7, we have an ambush. We roll a 1, so that's going to be an ambush then. And that means the enemy gets to act first. So we look at enemy action battle scenario this time, not enemy action advanced scenario. And we roll 2d10. We roll 5, but since it's an ambush, we can see the MGLV has the 2, so ambush turn, dice roll plus 20. So the 5 turns into 25. Let's see. Move left. Alright, so he's moving left. And that's it. And then we roll now on random event to end our ambush. And we roll 85. And 85 in a battle scenario is enemy advance. Enemy advance, remove 1 US control marker from a battle board sector adjacent to an enemy unit. So that means we're losing this area. So now enemies can spawn here. That's not very good. Okay. And that is, however, the end of the ambush. So now we get our chance here. Battle round sequence, smoke depletion, spotting phase. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and try to spot these guys. So we start with the commander, I think, who has the highest rating. All of them have rating 4 except J. Irish Hawking, who has the driver has a rating of 2. So we'll start with the commander. He will try to spot. We roll a 1. We look here at the spotting table, and a 1 is definitely enough to spot and identify him, because we have a bunch of modifiers here. minus 1 target at medium range, minus 3 target is moving, so we have a modifier of minus 4 totally. So he's spotted, and if he would have been an 80 gun or tank or SPG, he would also be identified. Okay, so no more spotting attempts are required. Action phase. Alright, we might want to close our hatches now, because we're gonna go ahead and close our hatches because this guy can fire at us, and if he does, we have to roll on that what's it called? It's called collateral damage table. So we could have some crew wounds for that. So I normally close my hatches when there are light weapons and such nearby. Okay, so how do we want to deal with this guy? My driver is gonna pivot the tank, and let's see. I'm gonna fire. No, I can't fire the bow MG with my guy there. I can fire my. No, I can't fire my bow MG from a closed hatch. So that's good. Gunner will fire. I guess I'll fire the main gun. Actually, I can't fire the main gun after pivoting without getting training in gyroscope or whatever it's called. Gunner is firing a coaxial machine gun. And let's see, do I want to do something with my loader? No. I can't, because the commander could fire with the HHMG or the SMG, but he's not going to do that because he has a closed hatch. And that means also we have to put out our spotting markers for next turn. So I'll just put one here and one here. Alright, and that's it. Order segment, crew actions, tank movement. Okay, so movement first. The tank pivots, so movement is done. Tank main gun fire and tank MG fire. Let's see here. First of all, we have 33 fuel left because we went one area and that's 2 fuel. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and fire our machine guns now. So we fire first the Bow MG, and we look at our Sherman machine guns versus infantry target, and we can see at Bow MG I can't fire at medium range. It's not gonna do anything. So that was what I'm gonna do instead is put the Bow MG advancing fire here in close sector in case we have a Panzerfaust popping up there. And then we have the coaxial machine gun, and I don't think he can actually fire at medium range. Let's see our modifiers here. We need a 20 to kill at medium range. Minus crew members rating, and it's the gunner firing, so crew rating of 4. So now we need a 24 to kill. Versus light weapons moving in the open, that's minus 15, and they were moving in the open. So that's gonna be, let's see, 20, 34, 39 now to kill them. Sherman moving or pivoting, so 29. To kill. And one thing we should actually do when they move is we should also roll for new terrain. And I forgot that. We roll a 5, infantry target. 5, he's in a building. Okay. I can't see that that's actually having... So he's not going to be in the open then. Okay. So we'll calculate it again. 20 minus driver's rating. So I need to roll... I can roll a 24 then. Pivoting 10, so now we're back to 14. Okay, so we need a 14 to kill him. We roll 2d10 and we roll 45, so we don't kill him. Alright, we go... Did I also spot him after moving? Yes, I did, because he moved in the ambush. Because after the enemy move, you have to spot them. Okay, and that's it for my actions. So we now go to enemy actions. We roll on the enemy action battle scenario table. We roll 10. Do nothing for the light weapons. Yes, do nothing. Okay, so he doesn't do anything. Then we have friendly action table. And they will kill him on a roll of 1 to 30. But we have a modifier. -3 for each sector marked US control, so 36. So on a roll of 36 or lower, okay, I'll say it's a 30. So we have our friendly forces take out this light weapons team. So many markers here. I'm trying to keep them tidy so I can easily access them, but it's not easy. 36 killed. So we mark up 1 VP for knocked out light weapons. I'm also gonna roll for the Bow MG just to see if there's any ammo spent or malfunction, but nothing. Alright, then we're all on the random event table. If we are very unlucky, then we will have reinforcements. And we roll 100, that's flanking fire, meaning our guys get easier to kill enemies on the friendly action table. But that ends when the battle has ended, so that basically ends now then. Alright, so let's tidy up here. It's the end of the battle and we have won. My airstrikes that I was working so hard to get didn't really do a lot. Alright, so that is the end of the battle. So we now go back to 4.4. Determine your tank's deployment from the deployment table. We roll 2d10 and we roll 89. That's not a good number. 89 moving, but I'm not the lead tank. I'm not the lead tank. Okay, so I am moving, however. Marking the open hatches. Alright, we're going to open all the hatches because it is very important to spot and it's easier to spot enemies if you have open hatches. Mark the round in the main gun, HE. Face the tank and turret in the direction desired, like that. Position loader commands, but we don't have to do that now since we have open hatches. That's only for closed hatches. There we go. Please use control markers in sector 1, 2, and 3. Mark the weather on the battlefield. Other done that. Determine start area, done that. Determine exit area, done that. Check one adjacent area for enemy resistance. We check this area now and we hope for another light resistance. Roll a d10. And we roll a 1 again, so we have light resistance again. And we're going to go ahead and mark off now 15 minutes because I am not going anywhere without my artillery. I'm calling an airstrike because I am chicken chips in these battle scenarios. 10, so we don't get the airstrike. 8, so we don't get the artillery either. Okay, another 30 minutes for airstrike and artillery. Start with airstrike. A 3, so we get an airstrike. Sweet. And for the artillery, we roll a 5, so we do get artillery as well. And then we go ahead and move from area A to this A area. And we spend 45 minutes doing so because there's no direct road. We also spend 2 fuel, so we go from 33 fuel to 31 fuel. Okay, so let's see, we moved it. First also, we have captured an exit area. Not an exit area, but a general area. So each captured area is 1 VP. So we note that. The second area captured. We move with our task force marker. And before we check in to see if there's combat, we roll for advancing fire, which I always employ. We roll a 10, so that's actually 5 ammo boxes. We go from 31 to 26 30 cal boxes. And 17 extra HE rounds to 12. Those extra HE rounds, man, they never... You can have them for a whole day. And now we check for combat. Also, one thing we... And I always forget that. When you have combat, you have to mark off 15 minutes of time. And I forgot to do that during the first combat there in this area. Alright, so now we roll to see if there is combat. There is going to be combat on a roll of 1 to 7 since we have the +1 because it's an A area. And we roll a 10, so we have combat, okay. So the first thing we do now, before I forget it again, is mark off 15 minutes for the combat. If you start to forget marking off, you know, during these July-August months, there is so long days, so that, you know, the battle is never going to end. So it's important to remember to mark off the combat. Alright, so what we do now is place advancing fire markers. And maybe actually I should put them at medium because medium is larger chance to get hit. Remember, if you lose friendly tanks, you lose advanced fire markers. I actually think I might have forgotten that in the last video. I remember we lost 1 tank, but doesn't matter because that we actually didn't lose that tank because I looked at the wrong chart. But anyway, alright, so we are gonna go roll on the activation table now to see what enemies we are facing. Is light resistant, so we're gonna face two enemies. We face 48. That's a in battle scenario. That's an MG. And then we face 39 in a battle scenario is light weapons. Okay, we are not meeting many tanks, so we're being quite lucky there. Okay, let's roll on the battle board placement tables for the MG team first. 10. And for the infantry, 9. So same area as usual. Okay. Range for the MG, we roll a 2. So that's close range. And for the light weapons, a 1. So that's also close range. And we need to roll for terrain. For the MG, we roll a 1. And it's an A area. And in an A area, infantry targets, a roll of 1 is woods as usual. And then for the light weapons, we roll a 7. So that's actually a building. Let's see, building. All right. Okay, so before we check any possible ambush, we roll as usual for advanced fire. And these two guys are in advancing fire, so both of them is going to take the advancing fire check. So advancing fire, light weapons and MG kill on a roll of 1 to 30, and here we apply the -3 for each sector controlled, so that's -9, and then we have also for nope, that's artillery, so it's only those. Advancing fire, artillery versus vehicles, during fall for each smoke marker. Versus... Okay, so it's 1 to 39, we kill the light weapons and the MGTs. We start rolling for the light weapons. And we roll a 59, so he's not dead. And for the MG team, we roll 78. So both of them make it. Advanced fire does not kill them. So it's not actually super simple killing enemies in this game, as you might have noticed. They certainly can take a beating. Then we have the artillery. And let's see at the artillery here. Is artillery the first one we should do? Let me check. Advanced fire, artillery, airstrike. Okay, artillery. And here we actually have one more modifier for the MG team. Artillery versus MG targeting woods. So instead of 39 to kill him, it's going to be a 42. So roll for the MG. And we roll 53, so he's not killed. Light weapons, 39 or lower. 59. So they both survive the artillery. And then finally we have the airstrike. Let's see, airstrike, any modifiers? Nope. So 1 to 39 to kill. Or actually, nope. As we saw in the matrix that I showed you, this is a little bit confusing on the friendly action table because it's not clear. But we can see here that artillery strikes and airstrikes are not affected by each US controlled sector. So we disregard those and simply look at the kill table. So 1 to 30 to kill them, disregarding the US controlled sector. So 1 to 30 to kill the light weapons, and we roll 61, and then MG team, and we roll 18. So at least we get the MG team. And we note that on our after action report. And then we go and roll now to see if there's an ambush. On a roll of 1 to 7, there's an ambush. There's almost always ambush. So now we roll for enemy action for the light weapons. 2d10. It's 78 plus 20 for ambush roll. So that's 98. Fires at lead tank. And I guess we can look at it because it says MG and LV fires versus your tank is resolved on the collateral damage table. So it's not going to do anything because it can only break periscopes and injure commanders and so on. And since it's not our tank, we don't need to check for it. So perhaps he injures a crew member of the lead tank. But since we're not the lead tank, we don't care about that. Or perhaps we care about it, but we don't we don't check for it. Okay, so then we roll on the random events table. 33. Battle scenario. And that's mines, and we are moving. So for the first time ever, but I've never done this, we have to roll for minefield attack. Okay, mines have no effect if tank is not moving. If tank is moving, roll 1d10. 0 to 1, 1 friendly tank knocked out. 2, your tank disabled. 3 to 10, no effect. Beginning 1st January 1945, all rolls are -1. A disabled tank is finished for the day when combat in the area is resolved. Mark a disabled tank with a thrown track marker. Roll 1d for effect on crew. 1 to 8, no effect. 9, driver possibly wounded. 10, assistant driver possibly wounded. Check for wounds on wounds table. Okay, so we roll a 1d10 now. Ooh, that was close. That was so close to a 2, but we roll a 6, so the mines have no effect on us. Okay, that's good for us. Put this table back here in the back. And now we go to 4.7. Smoke depletion phase is no smoke. Spotting phase. And we're going to go ahead and attempt to spot. I'll try first with my commander to spot this light weapon. And I roll a 3. Let's look at our spotting table. Do we have any modifiers? Sherman moving, so that's +1, so that's a 4. Target in woods building, that's +1, so now we have a 5. Target at close range, -2, so now we have a 3 again. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And target fired weapons last turn, so that's a -2. So usually I put one of these red markers on them during battles if they fired, to keep track of if they fired or not. So you know you have that very nice modifier. I also have a yellow one in case they moved. So because that also gives you a positive modifier for spotting. Anyway, he's spotted, so we go now to hatch segment, and we go ahead and I'll keep the hatches close because I just want to kill this guy very fast. And I will mark my crew actions. I'm gonna go ahead and pivot the tank. I'm gonna go, or actually I'll stop the tank instead because I don't like to be moving. I'll stop the tank. I'm gonna go ahead and fire the HHMG. Where do we have that? The commander is firing the 50 cal. And then my loader is gonna go ahead and fire the submachine gun. And remember that loader can only do that if you have a B turret. And we do have a B turret now, so we can fire the submachine gun with the loader. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay, so tank movement. So we stop. That's right, we stop. We don't pivot. We stop the tank. And then we roll on the firing table for our guys who are firing. Sherman machine gun. So we have first the submachine gun. That's to kill at close range is a roll of 10 minus crew rating. So now we need a roll of 14 because his rating is 4. Advanced fire. Target in woods. Targeting building +15. Oh, is it a +15? Yes, it is a +15. So unfortunately that is going to be impossible. We can roll just because on a roll of 1, 2 or 3 we automatically kill, as you can see. So we'll roll just for that. Ooh! No, we rolled 30. I first thought we rolled 1 to 3, but nope, we rolled 30. And that was for the submachine gun. And normally a roll of 30, as you can see, would spend ammunition, as you can see here on the advancing fire. Roll 2D. It works the same in the other, I believe. No, mark off 1 box of ammo MG if the color died shows 1 to 3. Okay, so it's basically the same thing, but actually 1 to 39 then. But you don't mark off MG ammo from the submachine gun, only from the 30 cal and the 50 cal. And sorry again, fuel and machine gun ammo is optional rules, so you don't have to do that. Also, I should have noted that we have a little bit less fuel. We have 29 fuel since we moved. Totally 3 areas now, 2 fuel per area. And alright, so no dice here with our submachine gun. We're gonna try now with our 50 cal, which is the AA. Close range, 30 to kill. Crew rating, which is 4, so that's a 34 now to kill. And then we have that in building 15. So that's gonna be 30 to kill, that's 15 plus 4, so 19 if I'm calculating it correctly. I will calculate wrong sometimes because I'm so focused on filming, but I think it's 19 to kill with the 50 cal, okay? And we roll 61, so we definitely don't kill him, but we don't get any gun malfunction, we don't spend any ammo either. So that's good. Alright, that's it for this turn. So we go to now the enemy turn. So again we go to, I have this on the wrong side, enemy action battle scenario. And roll for our light weapon, 66. And 66 is gonna be fire at infantry. Alright, so we might actually lose Charlie's squad now, because remember our first squad is Charles L. He's the squad leader of that squad. Alright, where do we roll for that now again? To kill infantry targets, there we go, on the enemy fire combat. So to kill infantry squad, light weapons close range 30 or less. So oof. And he rolls a 3, so that's an automatic kill. As you can see here, we're rolling to kill an infantry squad. An unmodified roll of 1, 2 or 3 always kills. So we have actually lost now. Sorry, Charles L, rest in peace. Your infantry squad has been killed. So we actually now lose 3 VP from that loss. But now we have a chance of getting payback. We have friendly action. And I'll mark him with that he's fired last turn in case we have to respot him. In some... actually, I don't think that matters because he can't move before anyway. Alright, so what we do now is friendly action. And there is one thing we have to look here now at the modifiers. If you look at the dice roll modifiers, you'll see that it says +1 versus light weapons or MG for each friendly infantry squad lost. So we have lost one friendly squad now, so we're going to have a +1 negative modifier on this roll. So for a friendly action to kill him, it's a roll of 1 to 30, -3 for each sector marked US control, so that's now a 1 to 39, +1 for each infantry squad lost, so that's now roll 1 to 38 instead. Right, and we roll 43, so he is unharmed. Also, before we roll on friendly action, we should actually roll on random events tables. We do that now, and we roll 94. And 94 is flanking fire in a scenario here, and flanking fire will give us a positive modifier of -10. When rolling on the friendly action table. And I actually can't remember now what I rolled with my squad on the friendly action. If I actually got that guy or not. I think I rolled 53. That would be a 43. So I still think it was too low. But it's my mistake because I rolled for random event too late. So you have to pay for your mistakes. Okay, so it's the next turn. And what I'm going to do now is... Okay, I will pivot the tank this time. I'll pivot the tank. I'll close the hatch for the driver and the assistance driver. And keep the hatches open for the loader. Or actually not for the loader. I'll close his hatch too. Or I'll put on... Okay, I'll put an submachine gun advance marker in this area. Okay, just in case we have any... I'll put it over here. Just in case we have any of those Panzerfausts. And I'm wondering if I should do the same with the assistant driver. Yes, I will. He will fire the bow MG. And he will fire the bow MG advanced fire into this sector. Because it's moving, so I'm not going to be able to hit that with the light weapons anyway. And the commander fires the 50 cal. Okay, so... they will keep their hatches open. Tank movement. So we pivot to face the infantry. We fire with our machine guns. So let's just fire for the bow MG first to see if there's a weapon malfunction. We roll a 98. And let's see, to have a weapon malfunction is a 98. So we now have actually a weapon malfunction in the bow MG. So we have these markers: gun malfunction, BMG gun malfunction. So the bow MG now is it's not operational. And for the sub MG we don't have the roll since we don't spend ammo on that. And then with the 50 cal we look at the Sherman machine gun versus infantry targets. Close range, AA, we need to roll 30 or lower. Crew members rating, he's 4, so that's 34 or lower now. Sherman moving or pivoting, plus 10. So that's a 24 now or lower to kill. And target in building, 15 plus 15. So now we have a roll of 9 or lower to kill him. And we roll 52. So no ammo spent, but we don't take him out. Alright, and that makes it now the enemy's turn. So we roll enemy action first. And we roll 79. 79, ooh, fire any tank. Very close to fire at your tank. And we don't care if he does that. Actually, no, he fires at infantry. So he's gonna fire at the infantry again. And we look again at enemy fire combat. Light weapons, close range, 30. So he will kill another infantry squad on a roll of 30 or less. And he rolls 21. So this is really some tough infantry squad. He survives everything. Airstrikes, artillery strikes, advancing fire. And he takes out 2 infantry squads. So we're now down to -6 VP from his fire. Not good at all. We go ahead and roll now for random events table. We roll 93, so that's more flanking fire. So now we have a total of 2 flanking fires. So that's a -20 modifier on the friendly action table. So hopefully we get some punish on this guy now. Okay, we roll on the friendly action table to kill light weapons. We need a roll of 1 to 30. But we have modifiers. First we have the sectors, so 39. And then we have +1 for each infantry squad lost. So we have 37 instead, but +20 because of 2 flanking fire. So now 57 or lower, we kill him. And we roll 26. So finally this light weapons team is killed. So we go to our after action report and we note another kill here. So we have now a total of 6 VP and -6 for friendly losses. So we're at least not at a negative. We're at a neutral point. And let's tidy up this map. Remove their actions. Okay, so this malfunctioning marker goes away automatically because it repairs automatically between rounds, I think. Oh no, actually I get to roll. I get to roll now, and on a roll of 91 or higher, it's broken for the remainder of the day, but I get the cruise rating. So -4. And I rolled 74, so it's repaired. Perfect. Alright, and that is the end of combat. We go back now to 4.4. We did roll for the random event, right? Friendly action phase. Okay, you should actually... Okay, I've been doing it wrong. Sorry, guys. You should actually roll enemy action phase, then friendly action phase, and then random event phase. I don't know why I got it switched up. But yes, you end with random event phase and have the friendly action phase before that. So anyway, it is ended now, and sorry for that mistake. I am very focused on filming, so that's probably it. We go back now to 4.4. Determine your tank's deployment from the deployment table. So roll 2d10. 83, so I think it's moving again. Moving. Yes. 58 to 100 is moving. Put a moving marker. Mark any open hatches. We got all hatches open. Mark the loading the main gun, face the turret and tank in desired direction. Check one adjacent area. Also, we captured this area, so that's 1 VP. So now we have a positive 1 VP for this battle. Alright, so now we check one adjacent area, and of course we're going to check the exit area for resistance. And it's a 7. That's not very good, because that means we're going to have medium resistance. Very dangerous. 7 actually turns into an 8 with the modifier. It's an A area. And but expected resistance of the day is medium, so that 8 turns into medium resistance. Combat will occur on a 6 or higher. Okay, I'm not gonna go in with at least 1 airstrike, and I'm not in a hurry here. So I'll mark off 30 minutes now for airstrike. And that also lets me call artillery, as you know. 1, so I do get the airstrike. And then artillery, I also get artillery. And I'll call in 2 additional artillery strikes. 1 is a miss, and the second one is a hit. And I'll call in 1 more. And I get that one. So 3 artillery strikes, 1 airstrike, and then of course we're gonna employ advanced fire because I want to get rid of this main gun ammo. Alright, so we go ahead and move in, and there is a dirt road, so that's a 30-minute trip. And we have -2 fuel, so we go from 29 fuel to 27 fuel when we travel here. And now we roll to see if there is combat. Combat occurs on a roll of 6 or higher, but it's an A area, so we have a +5. So on a roll of 5 or higher. And we roll 9, so we do have combat. So we mark off another 15 minutes. This time I decided not to use advancing, or I actually did decide to use advancing fire. So I should have rolled for that first. I do it now. You know the rule, it's 5 split in half, rounded down. And that's going to be then a 2.5, which becomes a 2. So 2 HE rounds and 2 30 cal boxes. So we have 24 30 cal boxes left, and we still have 10 extra HE rounds, which is not good for us. So we'll put out those advanced fire markers, and then we activate, and now we have medium resistance. So for this this time we're going to activate 3 units. First unit is 30. That's, let's see, self-propelled gun. So that's a Stug, basically. 21. And that's an AT gun. Ugh. And I'm messing up my markers here. See if I can... And then finally we have, let's see, 12 light weapons. Okay, so let's roll on the battle board placement tables. Let's start by rolling for the SPG. Sector 4. Ah, come on. Okay. Come on, man. Let's see, sector 4, and let's see what facing. 4. Facing SPG, that's the front. And terrain. Actually, we should see his range. Roll a 7, so that's SPG, that's long range. And then finally terrain. Roll a 1. Vehicle types, area type is A. Roll of 1 is hold down. And then the AT gun is gonna go over here. And range on a 2. Are you kidding me? He's at close range. No, no, not again. And terrain. Infantry targets 9 to 10 is open. Okay, and then the light weapons target is also going in that sector. 7 medium range, terrain 10, and that is moving in the open. What's going on over here? What are you guys doing? I need a pair of really good these grognard tweezers. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know why that's self-propelled gun is there. Let's start by rolling for the advanced fire then for the light weapons, and it's gonna be minus 30 to kill. Minus 9 because of the US control markers, that's 39, but plus 2 because of 2 infantry squads, loss of 37. And we roll 59, so we don't get him. Then we have the 80 gun. On a roll of 1 to 20 we get him. Minus 9, so that's 29. We don't get the versus light weapons or MG for each friendly infantry squad loss since it's an AT gun. Fog. This is vehicle targets versus artillery versus for each sector control. So 29. All right, 1 to 29. Oh. And we get 71. So nope. I don't know what's happening with my dice. I'm getting excited here. So advanced fire has no effect. I'm usually quite unlucky with this advanced fire. Usually does not do too much for me. And then we check out our artillery. So we roll first for the tank. To kill the tank, we need, it's a Stug, we need a roll of 1 to 30, but we have a plus 10 advancing fire or artillery strike versus vehicles. So that's a plus 10, so we need a 20 or lower to kill him. For smoke. And we roll a 10. So we actually get the hold down. Tank. That's pretty epic. Let's see, I didn't lose a marker here. Woods. Okay, we knock out the self-propelled gun. So we note it on the after action report. Remember, artillery and airstrikes give you VP. So, okay, a self-propelled gun, that's 6 VP. Thank you. And then we have the light weapons. Artillery is 1 to 30 to knock him out. And we roll 27, so we get the light weapons as well. Okay, this time I was more lucky with the artillery strikes, but we still have that AT gun. Okay, 27, we get another one, so that's total of 5 VP just for the infantry kills. And then we have the AT gun to kill. We need a roll of 1 to 20 with our artillery. And we roll 11. We roll 11s. We get the AT gun on the first artillery kill. Okay, that is epic. That is epic. That means we removed the 3 artillery support markers. We only fired with 1 of them, and we also removed the airstrike. And we roll now for to see if there is an ambush. On a roll of 1 to 7, there is. We roll a 5, so there is an ambush. So we have to roll on the random events table. And we roll 90, which is flanking fire. Okay, that's good for us. And then we roll again on the random event table. And we roll 12, which is friendly artillery. But there's no on the battle scenario. But there's no enemies around. So we don't have to solve that. So basically, that is the battle ended. So we flip the medium. And we mark now on our after action report for 10 VP, we capture an exit area. That's excellent. And yeah, that was one very good battle. That's really the difference you can make with artillery and air support. You shouldn't be afraid to use it, because it might feel like cheating, but it's not, because once you get to heavy opposite, I promise you're gonna be spamming it once you reach the heavy resistance markers. Okay, so anyway, we go ahead and take these away. And these, and we roll now for a new starting area. First of all, let's check the determine your tank's deployment from the deployment table. So we roll 2d10, we roll 39. So I believe that's stopped. Yes, so our tank is stopped. So it's not moving. And then we have marking the open hatches. Hatches open, mark the gun load, HE. Face the tank in the side direction. Position loader, I'm going to skip that. Determine start area. Start area is 1. Over here. We put our task force with it. And determine exit area. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Exit area will be area number 8. Ooh, that's far away. A lot of A areas on the way. Don't like that. Check resistance. So we get to check 1 resistance. And I'm not quite sure what way I'm going to go. I'll go the woods and AABA. So we'll check for D. And roll 6 and expected resistance during the day. A roll of 6 means medium resistance. We could go that way then. I'm guessing, yes, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend, let's bring out our after action report. Let's spend 15 minutes to do recon in that area. And we roll 6 again, and we have a modifier, so that 6 turns into a 7, so we have medium resistance in that area as well. Okay, time to call in some airstrikes. Airstrike 10, so it's failed, but we do get to roll for artillery strike, a 3, so we have an artillery strike. I'm calling another airstrike because we're not gonna reach that area anyway. 5, so it's failed, but we call for artillery 10, so artillery is failed. Airstrike again and artillery strike. Mark off 30 minutes. 9. We roll for the artillery. 7, so we do get artillery. Okay, I'm gonna call for one last attempt of airstrike. 6. And we roll for artillery 10. Okay, one last, because I want to get that last artillery marker. Airstrike, 1 to 4, nope. Artillery, yes. Okay, so never mind the airstrike. We don't care about the airstrike. We actually looking at it, it's gonna take us 45 minutes to go there. Okay. We might as well call for airstrike because this is gonna be the last area where we actually have battle. So I'm gonna go ahead and call for airstrike. I need 45 minutes to go there. So I might as well spend 30 minutes to call for an airstrike. And we roll a 3 so we actually get it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spend another 30 minutes. And we roll a 4 so we actually get that one too. So we have 2 airstrikes and 3 artillery support markers. So we go in there and there we go. We spend our last 45 minutes now entering that battle area. So that's going to be also spending 2 fuel. So we go from 27 to 25 fuel. And then we roll for advancing fire. And I roll 9. 9 split, 4.5 round down. That's 4. So 4 main gun rounds. So we still have 6 too many HE rounds. And we have 20 30 cal boxes left. So there really is no problem. Okay, so now we have the roll for combat. Combat will occur on a roll of 6 or higher. And we roll a 10, so there is combat. So remember that now normally you would roll 15 minutes to enter combat. But since there's no time remaining, you don't have to, you can't do that. Alright, I'm actually thinking here out loud that it should be legal, because I'm thinking maybe I should have 15 minutes remaining, but if I remember the way I read the rules, it's not that actually if you perform the last event which is moving into that area and triggering combat, it actually says if you perform an action that triggers combat and you run out of time, you will play that round of combat. So we will have combat. Okay, so we look at, first of all, we take our advanced fire markers and put out. And we roll for units. 88. That's a very bad number for a number of reasons. 88 battle scenario. That's light weapons. I was thinking it was going to be an 88 since we rolled an 88. Okay. One more enemy, 16. That's another light weapons. Okay, they're not gonna stand a chance. And then we have 5. I think I spoke too soon, perhaps. We have a self-propelled gun. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and roll now on the battle board placement tables for these guys. Light weapons go to 3. Other light weapons go to 8. And the SPG go to 6. Light weapons range 2, which means close distance. Other light weapons roll 6, which is also close. SPG rolls 7. SPG 7 is long range. Facing for the SPG 6, which is front. And table for light weapons, terrain, I mean, of 3, which means woods. Because we are in an area, area D. Yes, it's woods. See if I can get one of these without knocking them all up. And next one, light weapons. We roll a 1. That's also woods. And SPG, we roll a 1. Vehicle targets D, that's hold down. Oh. Alright, and we roll now for advanced fire. So advanced fire is going to affect these two. So 2 kill. 2 kill is a roll of 1, 2, 30. minus 9, so 1 to 39. And then because of 2, or actually now we should have removed, no, we don't have to remove because we didn't lose a tank. We lost 2 infantry squads. So on the modifier we have a +2 for each infantry, +1 for each infantry squad lost versus light weapons or machine guns. So 39 turns into a 37. 1 to 37 we kill the light weapons or make him retreat. And we roll a 3. So he retreats. Remember, you don't get VP for advancing fire. And then we roll for the other light weapons. Same number here, 76, so nothing happens. And we remove our advanced fire markers. And I would be very surprised if we don't finish these guys up with all of the artillery we have. Let's see here. Okay, artillery first on the light weapons. It's going to be 1 to 30, -3 artillery versus light weapons in woods. 1 to 33, 55. He survives. Then we have the SBG. That's Stug. 1 to 30 to kill, but advancing fire or artillery fire versus vehicles +10. So 1 to 20 to kill him. And we roll 84, and that's okay. That's okay. We don't want 90 or higher because we don't want smoke on him. So the first artillery marker is spent, and we roll for the next one. Light weapons. We need 1 to 33 to kill. And we roll 87, so he's not dead. We roll for the 80 gun or SPG, and we roll 18. So he's dead now. We get the SPG with the artillery, even though he's held down, and we mark. Now we have a second kill here on the SPG or SP. And we roll on our third artillery marker against light weapons. And we roll 52, so that's not a kill. So that's our artillery support spent. Now airstrikes. 36, that's ineffective. We have 1 more airstrike. And we roll 30. I think that is just enough to kill him. Oh yes, it is. Woods goes away. We kill the light weapon. We don't even have to engage our tank. And we mark it off on our VP. Alright, so now we do have to roll to see if there's an ambush. There is an ambush. We have to roll for random event. Random events table. 2d10. And we roll 83. Enemy advance. So that's basically taking 1 sector from us. And then we would roll on enemy action phase table, but there's no enemies. Then we would roll on friendly action table, but you know there's nothing to kill. So we roll again on the random events table, and we roll 62. Enemy reinforcements. Now it happens. I told you guys. Enemy reinforcements. Activate 1 additional enemy unit for an advanced scenario and 2 additional units for battle or counter-attack scenarios. That's not good. 62 enemy reinforcements. Alright, so first additional enemy is number 40. Light weapons. And then next one is 92. That's an AT gun. No, I don't want AT guns. I hate AT guns. Alright, and let's see where they are gonna go. You roll on the battle board placement table. The light weapons go here. The AT gun go here. And then we roll for range for the light weapons. They are at medium range. And the AT gun 6. Medium range as well. And terrain for light weapons. Woods. Nope, wait. Yes, woods. And then for the AT gun, we roll a 3. That's also in the woods. They're all hiding in the woods. So you see the we have the modifier here, which we have forgotten to use. We're going to look at it again here. We can see at the range table, note area type die roll modifiers, D -2. So there's actually quite a lot higher chance that they will be at close range. So we're going to use the light weapons would be at, because I remember that roll, and the AT gun, I think I rolled a 5. So -2, that would be a 3. So it would still be at medium range. So sorry about that little mistake. But remember, if you are in a C or D area, so that's cities or woods, you have to use that die roll modifier for the range table. Alright, so that's it. We now go to my turn. Smoke depletion phase, spotting phase. Okay, so we're definitely gonna try to spot the 88 as quick as we can. I am trying now with my commander, and we have a few modifiers here. Target in woods or building +1, unfortunately. Target at medium range -1. So there's no active modifier. They take out each other. So let's roll 8. No effect. We roll now for our gunner, I think. Let's see, the gunner has what rating? The only driver has low rating, so we'll go with the loader. And he rolls a 4, so that's enough to spot it, but not to identify it. We'll roll with the gunner, 7. We roll with the driver, a 6, and assistance driver, a 2, and that is enough to identify it. So we now get to identify that 88. Activation, let's see, enemy vehicle appearance tables. We roll 1d10 and we roll a 9. So it is an 88, actually. It is 188. So our identification didn't help us. It was what we feared that it was. Alright, and let's go to spotting of the light weapons. So I start with my commander. He fails. Let's go to my loader. 4, and the loader has a 4, so he's spotted. Let's see here. Yes, okay, so now we have actions, and I'm not sure what we want to do, because the Pack 43, the 88, I definitely don't want to engage it. It's at medium range, so I have, like, just to hit him, I have to roll a 30 or lower, so there's no way I'm going to engage him. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop some smoke. Try to pop some smoke. Perhaps fire at the light weapons. Again, I'm closing my hatches, I think. That's the best thing I can do, because I have light infantry so close. That means I can't fire the MG. I can't fire the bow MG with the assistant driver, to put bow MG advanced fire here in the close range in case of a Panzerfaust, something like that. And I can fire the mortar with the loader. That's gonna put one smoke marker here right in front of me, but I don't know if that is a good thing to do, because that will also make it harder for my friends to take him out, I think. Well, actually, no, it's not. Only if there is a smoke marker in the 88 zone. So we can put up a smoke marker. So we'll fire the mortar with our loader. Can our gunner do something? He can fire the coaxial machine gun, also advanced fire. Let's see, gunner. And I think that is pretty much what we want to do right now. I could try to reverse to hold down with our driver. I think I'm actually going to try to do that. I'm not going to try to reverse to hold down. I'm just simply going to try to reverse. Because reverse to hold down has a lower chance of actually succeeding. Okay, so we go to crew actions phase, tank movement. We resolve that on the tank movement table. And I'll have to... that's the red one, if I remember. Movement table. Okay, so let's reverse, forward, hold down, forward or reverse. Okay, we first roll 2d10 and we roll 51. No accident, 51. So nothing. There's no thrown track. It doesn't become bogged down or anything like that. And then we have to roll effect on enemy units. So reverse on a 1 to 4. They actually do something. And we roll a 9. So no effect on enemy. Okay, that's sad. No effect on enemy. And we have to... I guess we have to put a moving marker on us. And then we're firing the coaxial. We're firing the bow MG. So we roll on ammo spending. 15 for the bow MG. So that's 1 box of ammo spent. Let's see here. So we're now down to only 19 boxes left. Come on, that's so much ammo, and the day is finished after this. 85. So no ammo spender. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. These counters are too small. And what do we have? We have our loader who's firing a smoke screen right in front of us. That's it. That's the end of our turn. We now go to roll on enemy action table. And I have to flip this. It's so annoying that they make them double-sided, the charts, because I like to have them put up and I'll read from them standing up. So it's annoying when they are double-sided. Enemy action, battle scenario. Let's roll for the infantry first. Let's roll to see what they do. They roll 38. 38, that means they move to the right, I think. Yes, and that means they take away this US control marker. And we have to roll for new terrain. 2 infantry targets in a D. That's woods again. He's in the woods again. He remains. He does not remain spotted, so we have to respot him. And then we have the 88, which I'm fearing. 92. 80 gun. Fires at lead tank. Okay. And 80 gun. Medium range 88L. So he needs a 66 to kill an AT gun. To kill a tank. But to kill numbers are halved for each smoke marker the fire encounters from the fire zone to the target zone inclusive. So he needs a 33 or lower. And he gets a 25, of course. So we now have a tank casualty. Kills 1 friendly tank. We now go to the friendly action table. We'll check the light weapons first. We only have 1 US control left. So that's a -3 now only instead of 9. So we need a 1 to 33 to take him out. If there's no modifiers here. No, 1 to 33. We roll 45, so nothing happens. The 88, 80 gun, 1 to 20 to take him out. 1 to 23 because of the US sector. 33, nothing happens. So we now roll on random event phase. 97, flanking fire. Okay, that's good. That's -10. -10 to our friendly action table. So it is our turn again now. Smoke depletion phase and spotting phase. I shall try to spot the light weapons again with my commander. It's actually, he's buttoned up. So that's, we should actually have put the loader spotter and the commander spotter, but I would have put them here. So it's not going to help me. So what can we spot? With the commander who's buttoned up now, he can spot any one sector. So the commander can spot here then, since I have the marker. The loader buttoned up any one sector. Gunner, the driver and assistant driver can only spot in the front. So I actually cannot spot him now. So I think I am gonna put this one here then. All right, and actions. I'm gonna do the same actions that I did last time, basically. So I'm not gonna change my markers here. So we roll first for movement on the movement table. 79, so no accident. And then we roll for effects on enemies. And we roll a 7, no effect. And then we roll we'll put a smoke marker from the mortar. And also one thing to remember when you put these smoke markers, you have to spend the ammo. So you only have 14 smoke bombs. So we now have 12 smoke bombs left. Okay, we roll for MG fire. We roll a 5. So that's 1 ammo box spent. We roll for the next one. A 12. So that's 2 ammo boxes spent. So we go from 19 to 17 now. 17 ammo boxes. And that is the end of our turn. So it's now the enemy's turn again. We roll for the light weapons. They get 7. So that is, I think, do nothing. Yes. And then we roll for the 80 gun. 48. Fire at any tank. Okay. So to kill, he still needs 66 at medium range, 33 because of smoke, and then half of that because of an additional smoke marker. So 33, that's gonna be 16 or lower to kill. And he rolls 40, so he doesn't kill. And then we roll on the friendly action table. So for the light weapons, we need a 33 or lower to kill. We roll a 12, so finally we get the light weapons one. Actually, you should also remove the moving marker once they have an order to do nothing. See, light weapons. And then we roll on the 80 gun. We need a 1 to 20 to take him out. See here. All right. And we roll 60, so we definitely don't take the 80 gun. And then we roll on the random event. Actually, we have the flanking fires. We actually needed only... we needed 30 to kill him, but it's all right. 20. Friendly artillery. Woohoo! That's cool. So maybe we can get this guy. Friendly artillery. Roll against each enemy unit on the friendly action table. Okay, so we go back to our friendly action table. Artillery versus 80 guns in woods. And he's in the woods. We need 23 or lower to take him out. 48. No good. Okay, so we go back. Smoke depletion phase. So that smoke is removed. And that is spent. What do I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and open all my hatches since we have no more infantry nearby. I am going to go ahead and let's see, I want to direct movement. I mean, I don't know what to do about this 88 because I kind of want to move in closer and try to kill him, but that feels like it's just going to be you know, it's gonna kill me. Should we try it? Because I mean, no one remembers a coward, right? Let's drive forward instead, and we'll see what happens. Because I'm a little bit tired of always hiding behind smoke, so I'm gonna try to move forward this time instead. And let's see here. I'm not firing the mortar. And I won't fire any machine guns either, since that's gonna give me I'm not gonna be able to hit him because I have the negative modifiers for firing when moving tank. And if I fire at him, it's gonna be much more likely that he actually fires at me. So that's why I am not doing it. So with the commander, I'm gonna direct movement. Okay, let's go forward. Let's try to see if we can get closer to this guy. So we resolve movement table, and now we have the driver's rating 2. So I don't think there's gonna be any accidents. We roll 3. Okay, 1 to 97, no accident. Forward. Okay, so we're good. And then effect on enemy units, and we have moved forward. And we roll a 10, so again, no effect. Rats. Okay, enemy action, and he rolls 80. Enemy action battle scenario. 80 fires at any tank. Fires at you instead if you are firing at it. Okay, that's the dangerous part. Okay, so to kill a tank, he's still at medium range. He needs to roll a 66. And it's going to be a 33 because we have smoke. So 33 or lower. His rolls a 32. We lose another tank, guys. Okay, and friendly action. And to kill him now, we need, because we have flanking fire, -3. And we have one sector that's a flanking fire -10. And one sector -3, so that's -13. So to kill him is ordinary 1 to 20, but now it's 1 to 33. And we roll 28, so we actually finally we get the AT gun. KO AT gun. He's done for. He is done for, and it was an 88. That's my actually first 88 that I encountered. That is a real 88, not a fake one that the crew is freaking out about. Okay, let's tidy up this map, remove the orders. And might as well put the US control markers here, as they're always there at the start of the game. Driver. And yes, and let's just reset these. And I think that's it. We have captured another area since we have taken out all enemies. So we have one more area VP here. Each captured area. We only captured 4 areas. That's actually the same amount we captured last time, but last time we didn't spend the whole day. All right, so that is going to be the end of the day. So now we're going to go ahead and calculate our victory points. So our personal victory points, we actually didn't kill a single thing ourselves. We did attempt a few times, but everything that was killed by our friendly forces. So for killing of light weapons and MGs, we have 7 VP. For self-propelled guns, we have a total of 12 from killing 2. From 80 guns, we have a total of 8 VP from killing 2. Total of 4 for capturing areas, and total of 10 VP from capturing an exit area. Minus 10 VP from losing 2 tanks, and minus 6, rest in peace, Charles L., squad commander of squad 1, minus 6 VP. So now we have to use the score victory point multiplier, so it's a B scenario. So for captured map areas we have a x2, and for lost map area we have an x3, but we haven't lost any areas. But we have captured, so the captured exit area becomes 20, and the captured ordinary areas becomes an 8. So our total VP becomes 28, 36, 48, 55, minus 16, 45, 44. So our total VP score is 44. Last time we scored 34, and also now no one is dead and we still have the tank. So I'll still say that quite an improvement. VP totals 0 from our tank. Friendly forces is going to be 12, 19, 27. And from territory we got a total of 28. But remember, minus 16 because of friendly forces losses due to enemies. Alright, now comes the fun part. This is my favorite part. Now we get to roll for our crew. We roll for the commander, Mutin. We need a 5 or higher. We got a 9. So he is improved to a rating of 5. Vince C, our gunner, needs a 5 or higher. He rolls a 3. That's bad. Same thing last time. What are you doing, Vince? Our loader, W. Peterson, also needs a 5 or higher. He rolls a 7, so he is improved. And then our driver, J. Irish Harkin, who's our replacement, he has only a 2, so he needs a 3 or higher. He rolls a 9. So he has certainly learned his lesson this battle. Then we have the assistant driver, Private William N. He needs a 5 or higher. He needs a 7. He gets a 7. Perfect. Okay, my friends, that is the second day of combat. We have been usually, you don't have combat on every day. So and we still have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days before our commander and driver gets back, and most probably the guys who are replacing them are going to be stronger than they are when they come back. So I might actually choose to leave them where they are. My commander has a rating of 6, and Abbott, the driver, has a rating of 3. So our replacement driver, J. Irish Harkin, is now the same skill rating as him. But Daniel, who is me, near me, his rating is still higher than Mutin. But in case he replaces Mutin, Mutin will take another tank. He's going to take command of another tank. Alright guys, that is the last of the fighting on the 28th of July 1944 with our new tank Vegas M4A1. This time we did survive. It's kind of a bit close at times, and still you have to imagine we're still playing with light resistance. This was medium resistance, but still we're gonna get too heavy, and that's gonna be dangerous. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Looking forward to sharing next day of combat with you guys. Stay tuned so you don't miss out, and please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, see you next time.